Hi everyone, it's me, Tommy, sitting here with my tea in my house. Just wanted to share something I found really interesting and thought you all should know about too. You know, I'm not some big shot or financial guru, just your regular friend trying to figure things out, but I stumbled upon this thing called blockchain, and honestly, it sounds like something everyone should at least be aware of. So, grab a cup of whatever you're having and let's dive in, because this could be pretty important for the future. Oh, and just a quick heads up, this isn't financial advice, just me sharing some information I found useful. Okay, so blockchain. You might have heard the name floating around, maybe connected to Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, but it's actually much bigger than just that. At its heart, blockchain is a way of recording information that's really secure and transparent. Think of it like a digital public notebook that everyone can see, but no single person can easily change without everyone else knowing. So, how was it made? That's an interesting question. The core concepts behind it have been around for a while in cryptography and computer science, but the real breakthrough happened in 2008 during a pretty significant financial crisis. A mysterious person or group going by the name Satoshi Nakamoto released a white paper outlining the concept and also launched Bitcoin, which was the first real-world application of blockchain technology. Imagine this. Instead of having a central authority like a bank to verify and record transactions, this ledger is distributed across many computers, thousands, even millions all over the world. When a new transaction happens, it gets grouped together with other recent transactions into a block. This block is then verified by this network of computers, and once verified, it gets added to the end of a long chain of previous blocks, hence the name blockchain. What makes it so secure is that each block contains a unique fingerprint of the previous block. If someone tries to tamper with a block way back in the chain, that fingerprint changes, and it won't match the fingerprint in the next block. This immediately flags it as being potentially fraudulent to the entire network. To successfully change even a single record, a hacker would have to simultaneously change that record across a majority of the computers in the network, which is practically impossible. Pretty clever, right? It's like having a digital notary public that everyone can see and that can't be easily corrupted. Now, let's talk about what is it for. Initially, as I mentioned, it was mainly used for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, allowing people to send and receive digital money without needing a traditional bank as an intermediary. This offered a new level of financial freedom and lower transaction fees in some cases. But the potential of blockchain goes way beyond just digital currencies. Think about anything that needs to be recorded and verified securely. Supply chains, for example. Imagine being able to track a product from the moment it's made to when it reaches the consumer with every step recorded on an unchangeable blockchain. You could easily see where your food came from, if it was ethically sourced, or if a medicine is genuine. This could drastically reduce fraud and increase transparency. Another area is voting. Imagine a secure and transparent digital voting system based on blockchain. It could potentially reduce voter fraud and make the entire process more trustworthy and accessible. Then there's intellectual property. Artists, musicians, writers, they could potentially register their work on a blockchain, creating an immutable record of ownership and making it easier to manage their rights and royalties. Even things like land registration, medical records, and personal identification could potentially benefit from the security and transparency of blockchain technology. Instead of relying on often cumbersome and sometimes unreliable paper-based systems, you could have digital records that are easily verifiable and much harder to tamper with. Of course, it's not a magic bullet for everything. There are challenges and limitations like scalability, how many transactions the network can handle at once, energy consumption. Some blockchain networks require a lot of computing power, and regulation. Governments are still figuring out how to deal with this new technology. But that brings us to the last part. What for the future? I genuinely believe that blockchain has the potential to be a foundational technology for the next generation of the internet and beyond. It offers a way to build trust and security into digital systems in a way that wasn't possible before. We might see more and more industries adopting blockchain for various purposes, from streamlining their operations to creating new kinds of services. Imagine a future where your identity is securely stored on a blockchain, allowing you to easily and safely prove who you are online without relying on numerous passwords and centralized databases. Think about decentralized applications, or DApps, that run on blockchain networks, offering services that are more transparent and less controlled by single entities. We're already seeing some of this happening in areas like decentralized finance, which aims to recreate traditional financial services in a more open and accessible way. It's still early days, and there will undoubtedly be challenges and setbacks along the way, but the fundamental idea of a secure, transparent, and distributed ledger has so much potential to transform how we interact with information and with each other online. So that's my little update on blockchain. I know it can sound a bit technical, but I hope I've managed to explain it in a way that makes sense. It's something I think is really worth paying attention to, even if you're not a tech expert, because it has the potential to impact so many aspects of our lives in the future. Thanks for listening, everyone. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer them, though. Remember, I'm just learning about this stuff myself. Take care, and I'll chat with you all again soon.